70,000 years ago, a group of ancient humans walked the earth. But they weren't just surviving, they were thriving. Who were the Cro-Magnons, and what made them so extraordinary? They painted stunning artwork on cave walls, crafted tools that changed history, and even mastered survival in the Ice Age. Could they have been the true pioneers of human civilization? In this video, we'll explore the hidden secrets of Cro-Magnon life and discover how their legacy shaped the world we live in today. Let's dive in. The Cro-Magnons were early modern humans that lived alongside the Neanderthals during the Upper Paleolithic period, roughly 40,000 to 10,000 years ago. Though often overshadowed by the more famous Neanderthals, the Cro-Magnons were crucial in shaping the genetic and cultural evolution of Homo sapiens. These early humans, whose remains were discovered in France in 1868, are considered some of the first modern humans in Europe, and they played a significant role in the survival of humanity through their advanced skills, social structures, and adaptability. The first Cro-Magnon remains were discovered in 1868 in the Cro-Magnon cave in southwestern France. The bones found there were considered to be evidence of a distinct human species. However, upon closer examination, it was clear that the skeletons shared many features with modern humans, leading researchers to classify them as early forms of Homo sapiens rather than a separate species. The name Cro-Magnon was subsequently adopted, referring to the cave in which the first remains were discovered. Although Cro-Magnons are often considered ancient or primitive humans, their anatomical features were far more advanced than those of earlier hominins, like the Neanderthals. The discovery of their remains helped to shed light on how early humans adapted to the challenges of the Ice Age and played a role in the eventual rise of modern humans. One of the most striking aspects of Cro-Magnons was their size and robustness. While the exact height varied between individuals, Cro-Magnons were generally larger and more physically robust than modern humans. Their average height was typically around 5 feet 8 inches to 6 feet 0 inches, 175 to 180 centimeters, for men, and around 5 feet 3 inches to 5 feet 5 inches, 160 to 165 centimeters, for women. This made them taller and more muscular than most contemporary human populations, reflecting their adaptation to the harsh conditions of the Ice Age. Cro-Magnons had a strong, sturdy build, likely as a result of their physical demands, which included hunting large prey and surviving extreme temperatures. Their bones were thick and dense, indicating that they had a very active lifestyle and possibly endured significant physical stress. This sturdy build was a result of both their genetic inheritance and the environmental pressures of the time. Cro-Magnons were built for endurance and strength, traits that would have been vital for hunting and surviving in an environment dominated by large megafauna like mammoths, bison, and woolly rhinoceroses. In terms of facial structure, Cro-Magnons exhibited features very similar to modern humans. They had high foreheads, prominent chins, and relatively flat faces. Their cranial capacity, which refers to the volume of the brain case, was comparable to modern humans, and in some cases, slightly larger. This suggests that Cro-Magnons possessed advanced cognitive abilities that helped them to create complex tools, develop social structures, and adapt to their environment. One of the most fascinating aspects of Cro-Magnon history is their coexistence with Neanderthals. The two species occupied Europe at the same time, and there is evidence to suggest that they interacted and even competed for resources. While Neanderthals were physically robust and adapted to life in colder environments, Cro-Magnons were more flexible in their ability to adapt to different environments and utilize new technologies. The relationship between Cro-Magnons and Neanderthals is still a subject of much debate among researchers. Early theories suggested that the two species may have been in direct competition for resources, leading to the eventual extinction of the Neanderthals. However, recent genetic evidence shows that there was likely some interbreeding between the two groups. Modern non-African humans have a small percentage, about 1 to 2%, of Neanderthal DNA in their genomes, which points to a history of interaction, including mating between the two species. While Cro-Magnons may have been better equipped for survival due to their advanced tool-making skills and more efficient social structures, Neanderthals were not completely outcompeted. Some researchers suggest that Cro-Magnons may have had the technological edge, including the development of more efficient hunting tools, while others argue that climate change and other environmental factors may have played a significant role in the Neanderthals' decline. Cro-Magnons were far from primitive. In fact, they exhibited a wide range of cultural and technological innovations that set them apart from earlier hominins. Their advanced tools, art, and social practices are evidence of their cognitive abilities in complex social structures. Cro-Magnons were skilled toolmakers, and their tools were much more sophisticated than those of earlier humans. They used flint, bone, and antler to create a variety of tools for hunting, butchering, and crafting. These tools were often more specialized than those of Neanderthals, suggesting a greater understanding of how to efficiently use available resources. In addition to basic tools, Cro-Magnons also developed weapons such as spears and bows and arrows, which allowed them to hunt large animals from a distance. These weapons gave them a significant advantage over their prey, including mammoths and bison, and likely played a crucial role in their survival. One of the most remarkable aspects of Cro-Magnon culture is their creation of art. They are best known for their cave paintings, which can still be seen in locations like Lascaux in Chauvet in France. These paintings depict animals such as horses, bison, and mammoths, as well as symbolic patterns. The artwork suggests that Cro-Magnons had a deep spiritual or symbolic connection to the animals they hunted, possibly using the paintings in rituals or to communicate with one another. Cro-Magnons also created Venus figurines, small statues of women that are thought to have had symbolic or religious significance. These figurines are often made from bone, ivory, or stone, and are found in many sites across Europe, indicating that they may have been a common feature of Cro-Magnon culture. Cro-Magnons lived in small organized groups, often in caves or other natural shelters. Evidence suggests that these groups had clear social hierarchies, with leaders or individuals of higher status emerging within the group. They likely had a complex division of labor, with different members responsible for hunting, tool making, and other essential tasks. In addition to living in caves, Cro-Magnons built more permanent structures. Archaeological evidence suggests that they constructed shelters made of animal skins, wood, and bone. These shelters would have provided protection from the elements and a space for socializing and engaging in communal activities. Cro-Magnons were also skilled in creating clothing and body decorations. They used animal hides to make clothing and likely wore adornments such as necklaces, bracelets, and earrings made from bone, shell, and stone. Body painting and tattooing were also common, further demonstrating the Cro-Magnons' attention to personal and cultural expression. Cro-Magnons were primarily hunter-gatherers, relying heavily on hunting large game like mammoths, bison, and reindeer. They were skilled hunters who used a variety of tools to track, capture, and kill their prey. Evidence suggests that they hunted in groups, using strategies such as driving animals into traps or using weapons like spears and atlatls, spear throwers, to kill from a distance. In addition to hunting, Cro-Magnons also gathered wild plants, fruits, nuts, and berries to supplement their diet. Archaeological evidence of plant remains suggests that they had a well-rounded diet, with a focus on high-protein foods from both animal and plant sources. Around 10,000 years ago, the Ice Age came to an end, and the climate began to warm. The shift in climate led to changes in the environment, and many of the large animals that Cro-Magnons relied on for food began to decline. This environmental change, combined with the spread of agriculture and the rise of new human populations, likely led to the gradual disappearance of the Cro-Magnon people. It is believed that the Cro-Magnons were eventually absorbed into other human populations, either through assimilation or interbreeding. As a result, they no longer existed as a distinct group, but their genetic legacy lives on in modern humans. Cro-Magnons were a key chapter in human evolution. They were not only survivors of one of the harshest periods in Earth's history, but also innovators who developed complex tools, art, and social structures. Their interactions with Neanderthals and their eventual merging with other human populations make them an essential part of our genetic and cultural heritage. Through their physical strength, intelligence, and cultural achievements, Cro-Magnons helped to lay the foundation for the modern human world we know today. Despite their eventual disappearance, their legacy lives on through the art they created, the tools they crafted, and the genes they passed down to future generations.